All right, we got some coffee rolling, and we got the Bigfoot cup, I believe. Man, I'm sorry, I can't remember your name very well right now. I've been having brain fog very bad and memory loss. But I think it's Janet from Colorado, like I said, from the Grand Mesa area. I mentioned it before. But I appreciate the cup that you sent me and all the other things. God bless you. I like buying these little dissolvable folder coffee packets from Dollar General. They seem to be working pretty good. And I like the, oh, this isn't it, but stevia, I think that's how you say it, sugar. All right, breakfast is done, and it's kind of a slow morning. It was pretty rough last night. Like I said, I woke up and felt terrible, but I plan on going down to David's place, taking a shower, and then coming back and gearing up to go explore the conservation area and explore around here, because there's something waiting to be found, and there's so much woods to look around that it's going to take a lot of work and effort, but hopefully I can put a dent in this place. But it's so huge. This conservation area is nearly 30,000 acres, and there's not a whole lot of people around here, and it's pretty secluded. So there's not a whole lot happening out here, and it's just wild how you can walk around at nighttime or even during the day, and there's just deer everywhere, no matter where you go, and it's a paradise for wildlife. So I believe the Sasquatch are around here, and it's just an area where they can dwell in without being messed with by people, and I think it's pretty good. A lot of people, a lot of researchers go into state parks that aren't as big as this place, and there's Sasquatch activity. Well, just imagine that on a whole nother level. Imagine that times 1,000 or 100,000, and with no people around. So this place is a paradise for wildlife and strange activity, to say the least. Last night I could see the entire galaxy, or the entire Milky Way, sorry, and you could just see so many stars. I set my GoPro on time-lapse mode, and hopefully it captured something really cool. Whenever I set up the GoPro, I seen a shooting star, and then whenever I was walking away from the GoPro, I seen another shooting star. And whenever I was sitting here, I seen one go from the trees up into the sky, like a shooting star going up, which doesn't make sense, because you would think all shooting stars and comets or whatever would be going down, because whenever they hit the atmosphere, they burn up. It doesn't make sense that one was going up, like south to north. I don't know, I've seen it before, and I've told people about that. It kind of looks like a big rocket just taking off, going from down to up, and I don't know. I've told people about it, and they said that's not a meteor, it's not a comet, it's not a shooting star. I'm like, okay, well, I seen it, and the one I seen back home was huge. I mean, it was ginormous. So I don't know what it was, but yeah, Adam should be showing up around noon. It's already after 9, and I've just been charging up my batteries and getting things in order, but I need to go to the house and take a shower, see what Linda's up to. David's out hauling hay today, so he's gonna be busy. I asked him if he needed help, and he didn't say whether he did or not, and he probably did need help, but he knows that I'm out here trying to look for answers, so he probably wanted me to stay put. But at the same time, I know he wanted to hang out with his little buddy Miguel. I love spending time with David. I kind of regret not going there last night and spending the day with them, but it's just hard to do multiple things. I'm gonna go there and spend a few hours with them. If you guys can, keep David and Linda in your prayers. You know, there's been a lot going on in their personal life, and I know they can use any blessing they can get, so I'm going to pray for them and many other people that have contacted me who have shared their experiences and encounters. A lot of people are going through terrible things. I mentioned in one of my videos that a lot of the guests that I meet end up getting cancer, and somebody in the comments said, "How could you say that?" I haven't seen any proof of that, but It does happen. A lot of the people that start having Bigfoot encounters end up getting some type of illness, which is strange to say the least, but it's really hard to say if there's a connection there. But after I mentioned that in my video and try to explain to the guy that a lot of the people that I've met have went downhill, one of my friends in the Mark Twain National Forest who had close encounters with these creatures ended up getting prostate cancer, and then I don't know, a year before that his wife passed away from breast cancer, and they were having a lot of Sasquatch activity. So it's hard to say. I mean, I don't want to label a cryptid creature as something bad happening in your life, but there is something supernatural behind it. So there's a reason why everyone isn't experiencing the activity. And I don't know, a lot of people say demons, and a lot of people say that, you know, it's God revealing more to you, which, you know, if you see a demon, maybe that's God revealing more to you because he uses good, or he uses the bad to establish good. And we have to go into the fire to be cleansed. And that's the way I look at it. But yeah, I'll tune back in with you guys whenever I get back to camp, and we will venture in the forest. All right, so I finally got all cleaned up and I'm ready to explore the forest around here. Adam's on his way over, so in the meantime, I'm going to look for some evidence. I'm thinking about going down this way, but I could also go down that way. We did hear some knocks over there. Not really sure if it was acorns, but it was so far off that I don't think it was an acorn. But yeah, we'll see what we can find, and we have a lot of forest to go through. So as I'm venturing down this trail, I noticed these broken sticks over here, or these broken trees, and they're pretty old, but there's nothing that fell on top of them. And there's another one right there. Kind of strange. I'm not sure what broke those trees, but it's something to keep in mind, and they're both pointing towards the killing fields, and that's the direction that we're going. The deer have been extremely active in this area. I mean, there are scrapes all over the place. There's about 4 or 5 just right here in this little small field, and over here I can see where they rubbed a tree. I'll show you guys. So yeah, that looks pretty fresh to me, and you can see the shavings on top of the leaves, but you can also tell that this little buck rubbed it before, so it's probably the same one that's come back and rubbed this same cedar tree. And you can see where he's rubbed this little tree as well. I wonder if that's a natural bend right there or something done by the Indians. I don't think so, because I don't think that tree was around when the Native Americans were still here. So it probably just grew that way, but you just never know. Yep, this place is torn up by deer. I mean, it's scrape after scrape, and you can see all the little trees that have been shredded by the antlers of the deer, and they leave their scent behind. I don't think I went the right way. The trail just kind of ends, but I'm trying to go back to where that tree got moved off the side of the trail to the middle of the trail, and I want to explore around that area. Some deer just took off over there. I'm pretty sure that's what it was. It was creepy, whatever it was. I don't know how to describe it, but the movement was very strange. There's deer all over the place though, so we can't say that it was something else other than that. Alright. It didn't take me exactly where I wanted to go, but I think it's the next trail over. All right, so this is the area where David said something moved the tree across the trail, and right there is the conservation area, and it just borders his property. So what I'm thinking is we can hop over the fence and explore the conservation area and see what we can find. Whenever I first came over here to visit David, I was videoing him, and he was talking about the strange activity that's been taking place back here on the far end of his fields, and I heard what sounded like wood knocking, but not loud, violent knocks. It was more like a woodpecker, but it was just very unusual. It felt like something was watching us, and whenever we both looked over to see what it was, it just kind of stopped. But I think it was one of them, because I've experienced that same activity whenever I had my sightings, and they would sound like woodpeckers, but I don't know. It was more like a Morse code. So we'll see. All right, right here looks like a good spot to cross into the conservation area, and pretty sure the deer or the cattle can cross through there, so I'll have to let David know, but I'm sure he's already seen this. I'm sure animals cross right through here. The trees back here in this conservation area are huge, and you can tell it hasn't been logged for a long time. One time I came out here and I was at the very far back of the property, and I heard this loud growl, this deep guttural growl. It sounded like a lion, or I don't know, like a bear. I don't know what it was, but the direction that it was coming from was behind a very large tree, so I'm not sure what it was exactly. But yeah, that's kind of the direction that we're going in, and we'll just kind of keep looking around. There's a bunch of turkeys roosted up in those trees. There they go. It's a real bummer I don't have service back here, because if I get lost, I don't know where I'm at. And even when I do have service, nothing seems to work, so not really sure what's going on. I'm just gonna kind of mosey around here and see if anything catches my eye, but I'm following a game trail. So far I've seen some turkeys up in the trees, a big hawk that flew off and went back towards camp, but not really seeing too much. But there's so much to explore, so there's bound to be something around here. I think it'd be cool to find like skeletal remains of a Sasquatch or a body. Somebody posted in the comments and said that somewhere in Missouri someone found a primate skull, and they sent it to the university, and they said it was primate-like, and they weren't sure what it was. I'd like to know more about that if anyone's heard about it. But that kind of gave me hope that if I keep exploring the forest, I might find something. That's kind of strange. That tree limb is balanced horizontally across that little tree. You can definitely tell it fell from up there, from right there. But you never know. I hear something big back there. I thought I heard it earlier, but I wasn't sure what it was. Maybe it's a deer. I'm on an old abandoned trail. And I've explored this trail before, and I found a bunch of trees that are going across the trail. Could just be a coincidence, but you never know. Now these trees could have fell by strong winds, but I almost feel like they're blocking off the trail because that's the trail. You can tell it's old, it hasn't been used in a while. Then it goes through there, but I don't know. They're kind of crisscrossed. We'll see where this goes. Definitely something big moving behind me. Can't see, it's too thick back there. So I don't really know where I'm going, and just using this compass to navigate through the woods. I think that way is towards camp. Alright, I ventured pretty far out here in the woods, and there's just so much to explore, so I just did a big circle, and I seen a few groups of deer take off, and they ran back towards camp. At least I think that way is back towards camp. But yeah, I'm making my way down this mountain. I'm gonna cross the creek and hopefully go back up a ridge or two, and hopefully that takes me back to camp. I don't really know where I'm going. I'm just kind of using my sense of direction, and it's only failed me a few times, so we'll see, guys. Alright, so I think I went a little bit too far west, but I'm not sure how far away from camp I am, but we hit the conservation road. Oh wow, there's like a little trail right there. Yeah, I'm not really sure where I'm at, so I'm going to take the conservation road back to camp. Not really sure if I'm going the right way either. Alright, Adam from the Half Inch Wrench crew showed up, and we're going to have an awesome time. We're going to go look for Bigfoot. We're going to deploy all the gear. We're going to see what we can do. What do you got there, Adam? Oh, the scooter. That scooter is actually pretty cool. It's fast, dude. I remember I got on it and it was like going 50 uphill. Really, yeah. I was like, wow, this thing's faster than my Quiet Cat.
It's fast, but it's hard to stay on.
Yeah. Cool. You want to go ride into the park here in a little while? You want to ride? Yeah.
I got a trailer too.
Let's check out the ambulance. What do you got here? Oh, you got the trailer? Yeah, I remember you saying you got that. I got one too, like a deer hauler, and I didn't bring it. I didn't have enough room. But when I bought it, I should have bought the one that was like that. I didn't realize I bought the deer hauler. I was like, oh man, how am I gonna?
Big enough for, like, your cooler would be about the right size for that.
Yeah. Yeah, that'd be perfect. That's about all you could fit is that cooler. Can I come in here?
Yeah, go ahead.
Can I come in? Oh wow, this is cool. Oh, you got like compartments here.
Yeah, we've got some of my bags and stuff's in here.
Let me adjust this. There we go.
We got the camera equipment in here. Attachments and stuff. So the cameras go up there. Got most of my thermal stuff here charged, and this will be dead. Which I put these in here because they kept falling out.
What do you got there? Apples?
Yeah, I brought some bait.
Okay, cool. Squatch crossing. Nice.
The most important drawer.
Twinkies?
Twinkies, buddy. Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. Has it got AC in here? Is that what that is?
Yeah, yeah.
No way.
Comes out right there.
Okay, that's cool. Well, that's cool. I like that.
Work in progress.
Yeah, so we'll lay the Squatch body right there.
Yeah, I hit my head on that thing all the time.
Do a Sasquatch autopsy.
So, yeah, our dull knives.
Yeah. That's cool. Adam and I are going to take the e-bike and the scooter into the conservation area, and we're going to go to an area called Trail 12. And if you guys follow the channel, you know that there's been a Bigfoot report from that area in the past, and we also know some other people that have had experiences there and some eye sightings, so we think it's worth checking out. I'd hate to check the same places every time I come out here, but that's where a lot of the reports are on this side of the park, so I think it's worth checking out. See that thing much faster? I noticed that.
Some of them rocks.
Uh-huh.
Stuff like this high in that. They catch the bottom of it.
Oh, man.
There's these tabs with wheels. Some little wheels on the bottom.
Uh-huh.
So they can roll it once folded up in like the back of your truck or van or whatever.
That's rough.
Oh man, I'm gonna catch one of these boulders.
I've done it before with the bike. It'll shoot me to the side.
Yeah, dude, you were flying, dude. This thing is awesome. You're
Oh, I got it on low speed too. Like there's boost mode. I don't even have to shift. I just use it like I can just use the throttle like a dirt bike and it'll go. I mean, I don't like to put it on there because I want to be able to get the exercise.
Mm-hmm.
Because I
And
didn't.
you conserve battery.
Yeah. Yeah, and it conserves battery.
Mine on dual twin engine just to catch up to you a couple times.
Really? Yeah, I keep mine on eco mode. But I think it'll be cool to scout back here. Keep an eye for like any big buck rubs. we'll pay attention to that stuff. I found some good spots at David's place, but I think it'd be really good if we come back here and hunt. We'll know exactly where to go. But I've noticed when you can hone in on the most deer and turkey activity, that's when there's Squatch activity. You hear that?
Mm-hmm.
What'd you hear?
We heard a tree break.
That's what it sounded like. I bet you it was a deer moving back there.
It was definitely a snap, and it kind of sounded like some shuffling back there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm using my Panasonic like a set of binoculars.
That thing's got incredible zoom.
Mm-hmm. Man, I'd have probably spent a fortune by now. Just trying to find something that can... This is like having a binocular.
When I film, I use my good cameras, but when I'm out there doing research, like not doing anything for the show, just looking for Bigfoot, I carry those. Because I can just throw it in my car, I can throw it in my bag. I don't know, it makes things easier. But yeah, on this trail, like I was telling you, we got about a quarter of the way down the trail, and that's when we heard the rock clacks. And that's when that red helicopter just zipped right over to us and was hovering just right there, so.
That's kind of what we heard just a minute ago. It's like a snap or a clack or something.
Yeah, I think this is where they're coming from, because that bow hunter saw that Sasquatch walk across that field somewhere around here. Dude, this is gonna be awesome. Did you hear that? Did you hear that? Wood knock.
Was it?
Yeah, a loud wood knock. Like
Listen.
geese. Yeah, but there's something going on. I think if we just chill out here for a while, well, not right here, but further down the trail, just hang out, something might happen. Not sure what, but something. The birds give us signs, man. Just like that buzzard, we found that dead deer. When the geese are flying down south, we know it's about to get cold. When the blue jays are fussing, there's something moving. Same with the crows.
Just like the old timers used to say, listen to the birds.
Yeah.
Is that another pond down there on the left?
Yeah, there is. Oh, to the right. Yeah, maybe to the left. I'm surprised it's still there. I'm not sure if that one's natural. But to me, it sure does look like something. Because when you walk around that X, there's like multiple X's. I don't know how to explain it to you.
Kind of like a...
I heard that. Could be a woodpecker, man. Not that big one, but we can check that out. It might be a boot.
Yeah, here's a boot.
Is it? Can you see tread in it?
And that one.
Are you sure? I guess, yeah. Doesn't have toes, so it's got to be a boot. Well, I just wanted to come out here and feel things out. But I say tomorrow we go for a long ride around the park, and maybe we'll see something. I want to have enough time at camp to get ready for tonight. Kind of come up with a game plan.
I'm hoping they come into camp.
Yeah. Yeah, me too.
I could show you a trail heading on the way back that's right across from where we're camped at, the killing fields.
Where's your buddy Tom? We'll call him Tom.
Yeah.
Where do you have that
Right
experience
there.
at? That, where that fire pit was?
So you got killing fields, and then, well, I don't want to say that. You might want to clip that out. It's really close to the killing fields.
Okay.
Let's say it's in between us.
About 3 miles out.
15 miles northeast.
Yeah.
But, so Tom and a couple of his family members camped in an enclosed trailer, if I understood right.
Mm-hmm.
They kept saying trailer. From my understanding, it didn't have a restroom in it. So they had their deer camp set up. They killed 2 deer. they field dressed them at camp. So they had these gut piles, 30 yards away from their camp site, give or take. When it got dark, they started hearing growling, rocks getting thrown, trees snapped. They were hooting and hollering, scared these full-grown men with rifles inside this trailer.
You said the one guy was taking a whiz.
Yeah, so
They
they're
pull
in
his
the
pants
trailer.
up.
Things is going on all night. They stayed up all night scared to death.
Yeah.
So Tom opens the door, takes one step out of the door to leak, and the sun had just started coming up enough where he could see. He was finally comfortable enough to take a whiz. And he looks at those gut piles, and there's two Sasquatch eating the guts.
They're like,
yeah, and they're just looking at him. And he's just, the way Jim was telling it, he ran back in, wasn't done whizzing, still had his junk out. When he got back in the trailer, he was that scared.
you said the Squatch were kind of looking to see like.
Okay, that was Kevin.
Oh, that's a different.
So across the asphalt,
That's a
where I
different
hunt,
guy.
yeah, different guy.
Oh wow.
So he's down there, he's hog hunting. He's got a crossbow. He said the sun's coming down. He said it's just about time to leave. So he says this big hog comes down. He says it's a 250-pound hog. And he's looking at this hog like, oh man, please go the other way. I don't want to have to stick him. And the hog leaves and then comes back. So he has to stick this hog because he can't get out of his tree stand. So he shoots his hog in the neck and it's reed, running up through there. I don't know if this part of the story is important, but this is why it was so dark when he come out of the woods. So he gets down, walks up to the trail, gets in his truck, and he comes up on some of these gravel roads like we're on, but across the road, or across the asphalt, they're like this. The main roads are like this. So he comes around this bend, and there's this one cutout spot that used to be a logging road. And he says headlights come across, and there's two Sasquatch standing there. He said they had blood orange eyes. One was shorter than the other, and he said they were looking at each other like, what do we do? Like, what do we do? And he said they just, and the brush that they went through that they showed me, we ain't walking through that. He said they had to walk through all them thorns like it was nothing.
Yeah, that stuff will just clear for them.
You know how thick of them blackberries and all the pine trees out get so growed up you just can't walk through it. That's what it looks like, man. You wouldn't drive through it in a monster truck.
It'd be like us walking through a grassy field, but they're moving through stuff like this.
Yeah, they just plowed right
way
through
thicker.
it.
Yeah, but I mean, like a roach wouldn't be able to walk through like a grass field and all the grass clear. You know, that's how it is for us walking through the thick trees. But for the Sasquatch, it's like them walking through that grassy field. I mean, that stuff just clears for them. I mean, they can move through.
Man, I don't know what he said. They had. He said big old blood orange eyes. He said Kevin's a loud guy, and Kevin's a big old boy. I mean, he carries around a pistol that's a 6.5 Creed. I mean, he's got a single shot for alternative. He's one-hander guy, just boom, just like it's nothing. For him to be like, holy crap, there's something there.
Well, they're out here, man. Just where is the question? You can be anywhere. There's so much woods all over Missouri. They're going to appear in the most random areas, but it seems like when someone sees them, there's been sightings there in the past.
There's an armadillo right there moving around, and I hear it moving. I'm just like, okay, it's still an armadillo.
Thing is, there's so much land to explore out here, let alone just David's place. It would take weeks, if not months, to explore all of David's. To really come through every inch of his property.
You could drive around for hours on hours in a side-by-side and never see the same trail.
Oh yeah, especially around the park. David and I have done it. It's like, man, you didn't even cover a quarter of the place. We drove all day. We've done it multiple times. It'll wear you out just sitting in a side-by-side and driving around. Can you imagine walking? It can be done.
Oh man, sounds like a nightmare.
Melissa been out there and we picked them all up because I hit them with a bush hog. But and they're flint rocks, and they can cause a fire.
Oh yeah.
This,
especially this time of year. Yeah.
In that dry grass, but
yeah, fire got started down there.
That was a big fire.
Off of bush hog. Yeah, my father-in-law set lots of. One just passed away. He set lots of fires with bush hog.
What is it?
I don't know.
It took off.
Did you ever see that armadillo last night?
Yeah, he was hanging out right there. I saw it. Did you see that, Adam? You see that back there?
What is it?
Something ran up to the left. I caught it on thermal and it took back off. Back down that way.
It's on the left?
Yeah. Oh, it's deer. They're running up. Yeah, that's what it
Coming
was.
up to the persimmon tree.
Yeah. I hate this calibration setting on this.
That night vision camera I got hurts my eye.
Yeah.
It just kind of burns into my eyeball when I got it on.
Mhm.
And I can't really even tell what things are for sure.
Yeah, it'll.
Whether it's a deer, a hog, or a calf, you know.
Man, this stupid calibration deal on these pulsars sucks. Like, you'll be filming something and it just locks up.
Buddy, that was insane.
Told you. That's exactly what I described here and last night was, it sounds like the squatch go off and then it triggers the coyotes, but I don't know for sure if it's coyotes or a mix of the two. But yeah, this is what it looks like outside. And whenever I turn on the night vision, it looks different, but in reality, it's pretty dark. But yeah, didn't that sound like a whoop, Adam?
You just said that when David leaves,
Things get real.
things get real. And he wasn't even halfway down the hill. And that sounded like a whoop to me.
Mm-hmm.
It's high pitched. But it
Yeah.
sounded like a whoop to me, dude. I just barely missed it.
Yeah, I missed it too. But you know what? That's why I got that audio recorder down there, and that audio recorder had to pick it up. At 7 o'clock it turns on. God, I hope it's past 7. Oh my gosh, 2 minutes.
Ooh.
So I think I got it. Maybe.
Yeah, it's going to be close.
It's going to be close.
7:02 right now.
I mean, as soon as that recorder turned on, it captured it. But I don't know if it turned on.
Oh my god, dude, that's going to be so close.
Yeah, that's going to be close. All right, so I was just telling Adam that whenever David leaves and goes back home, because David was up here talking to us till it got dark, and then he went back home. As we can see his tail lights, I told Adam, hey, once he leaves, things will get real. And then we heard this loud whoop, and then further off the coyotes were going off like crazy. But I don't know if it was a squatch, but it was pretty unusual, because that's exactly what I said last night was, it sounded like something whooped. It sounded just like my whoop. And then owls and coyotes would go off. So it's really hard to discern whether it's Bigfoot activity or the coyotes and owls. But from what I've gathered, the owls and the coyotes will be triggered by the Sasquatch. And I've also noticed that when I do Sasquatch calls, all of a sudden you hear owls calling, coyotes going off, and I think it's a trigger for them. I hear something going off over here. There's a persimmon tree, and there's been animals moving up and down this ridge going towards the persimmon fruit. But I think we're going to have a good night tonight, whether it's just documenting wildlife and the strangeness of this property. But I'm hoping something really cool happens. But something really cool can turn dangerous and terrifying just like that. So Ralph the armadillo's back. I would say I'm able to zoom in to about 80 yards into the woods. Well, maybe about 100 yards, but further past that you can't really see too much. Adam's in the ambulance getting things ready, and you can tell he's pretty worked up by that whoop that we heard. Yeah, I saw them moving across there, and they were kind of moving together. I don't know what it was.
I had to send back my back cord.
I figured you did.
Yep, hey folky. Send it back. We'll send you a replacement.
I'm not too impressed by the one I got. What was that? Did you hear anything?
What is that?
I guess dogs. Yeah, that's what I heard. I know, I was wondering what that was. What do you think, man? You ready to get out here and look for some cryptids?
Yeah. So I've mounted my pulsar thermal
Uh-huh.
and my night vision camera on the same mount. Because there's nights where but there's nights where I struggle to run thermal and try to keep everybody tuned in with the night vision.
Uh-huh. The whole thing's a struggle, man.
Yeah, see, the whole thing is a struggle altogether.
All right, Adam and I are going down one of these logging roads down into the killing fields, and we're gonna see what happens. I got the helmet on and got the thermal ready and the Olympus audio recorder on the back, so it should be recording what's going through these microphones on the Walker headset. But yeah, I look like an idiot. So I should be able to hear things better than you. I'll let you know if I pick up on anything strange. No, this is crazy. I'm seeing thermal in one eye, night vision in the other.
Like hybrid.
Yeah. But that's good because then I can see where I'm going.
Get all my subscribers. Jump over to his.
If you guys are watching, check out the Half Inch Wrench Crew on YouTube. All right, man, we're at the mercy of the Sasquatch. They're watching us, waiting for the right moment to pounce. So far, I don't see anything. Last night, it was pretty active around here, man. So far, I'm not seeing anything, man. It really is quiet. What was that loud snap?
Just after I left,
Yeah. I'm looking on the thermal, but I don't see anything. Yeah. There's definitely something there, though. Remember, if something attacks us, shoot it, but just make sure you hit it and don't hit me. I saw a piece of debris fly off. I don't know what it was. Like maybe a rock that was thrown. We think we've been experiencing rock throwing, but we're not really sure. Yeah, maybe somebody's got their hound dogs out there.
really make up a word.
Hmm.
There was one that kind of sounded like a dog. You still hear it from time to time.
Really?
So it'll start with like a, like a wow, like a dog. And then it'll go to like a hawk sound, but the hawk part of it's real long.
Hmm.
So, I was watching that Small Town Monsters one that they released this year. It was The Hunt for Dog Man or something like that.
Mm-hmm. Record. Wonder if that's that same deer that took off running. Just laid down.